Hey everyone, today let's know about the Salem witch trials. Let's start the video, but before that I request you to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that I can bring more exciting ones like this. The belief in humans acting as witches possessed by evil, supernatural powers had been around since at least the 14th century. Running hand in hand with religions including Christianity, there was a widespread belief across Europe and the United States that witches received the power to cause ill intent through contact with the devil. The destructive witchcraft phase was rampant across the Western world from the 14th to the 17th centuries, during which time many thousands of witches, predominantly women, were accused and executed. Within various early American communities, harsh living conditions such as illness, disease, bad weather, and poverty were often attributed by community members to witchcraft in a bid to make sense of the cruelties of the world in which they were living. War broke out between English monarchs William and Mary and France in the American colonies in 1698, known today as King William's War. Refugees fled from the worst affected areas in New York, Quebec, and Nova Scotia into wider communities including Salem. This influx of new people put the small village of Salem under immense strain as a fight for limited resources turned bitter. The village's most fundamental Puritans blamed that, ensuring conflicts on the work of the devil, opening up an environment of terror. Various scholars believe the economic hardships caused by a little ice age from 1550 to 1800 played a significant role in triggering the collective mindset that led to the Salem witch trials. The agricultural community of Salem was hit hard by these harsh weather conditions, which destroyed many people's livelihoods, led to mass food shortages, and slowed the population growth within the area. This, coupled with the belief that witches could control the forces of nature and even cause physical harm to people, created a culture of fear, suspicion, and scapegoating. In Paul Boyer and Stephen Nissenbaum's book Salem Possessed, The Social Origins of Witchcraft, 1974, they argue that there was an east-west economic divide within the village of Salem, which poorer families to the west and wealthier families to the east, where they went nearer the town of Salem. In the version of events, it was Western villagers who became increasingly suspicious of their Eastern neighbors and began accusing them of witchcraft. They described this time period as a mortal conflict involving the very nature of the community itself. However, other critics have questioned this theory following deeper analysis of maps, arguing the socio-economic divisions between the village of Salem were not so clear-cut. When several young girls within Salem began experiencing strange erratic behavior and unexplainable convulsive fits, locals immediately assumed the devil was at play. They blamed 3 women, including Tituba, an African slave, who confessed during a trial to signing a book with the devil in a bid to bring down the Christian communities of Salem. Her strange confession planted widespread fear and panic, leading to an ongoing ordeal of arrests and executions. The causes of the girls' change have been a subject of debate for centuries, but one of the most widespread and accepted theories is that the girls were suffering from a condition called convulsive ergotism, caused by a grain fungus prevalent in rye, which was one of Salem's primary food sources. Often stored in damp climates for extended periods, the infested grains could trigger a series of hallucinatory effects if consumed, including vertigo, seizures, and skin-crawling sensations. Another possible cause for the girl's symptoms, as discussed by Laurie Wynne Carlson in her book A Fever in Salem in 1999, was encephalitis lethargica, a brain inflammation caught from birds and insects. The symptoms of this rare phenomenon included behavioral changes, tremors, and abnormal eye movements. Carlson notes that when a doctor was unable to explain the girl's shared behaviors, he came to the conclusion that they had all been affected by witchcraft. Such medical diagnoses were unfortunately surprisingly common for unknown medical ailments, at a time when the fields of science and medicine were so full of fear and mystery. This was one of the most horrifying trials to have ever happened in the history of mankind. Well, that's it for today. I hope you're liking Nerdies discoveries. Can't wait for the next video to learn more and be fascinated about. See you on the next. Bye.